Hello everyone, welcome back to the stream. How are you guys? Hello. Oh, God, it's always so zoomed out. I swear to God, I'll fix it. I'm also gonna be so incredibly careful with this finger specifically during this stream. You might notice it's actually, there's so much glue on this. I don't know if you guys can see, you probably can't see on Instagram that well. I just decided to, so my nail fell off. As it does. I'm not good at actually. Hi Artemis. Oh my God, Yves says the pixel's blue now. What? No. You're fucking with me. There's no way it's blue. Hold on. No, that's, okay, I see. That's like a reflection in, so that's a mirror back there. If you're watching on TikTok and YouTube, that's a mirror, and that is reflecting a little bit of my Firefox, just in case we need to Google something during this stream. Anyway, hello, welcome in. What I was gonna say is I destroyed my nail earlier. Oh my God, it's dripping glue. Oh, this is not good. I do not have anything to wipe this with. Okay. So, I don't know if you know this, nail glue is functionally super glue, which means if I touch my Stream Deck in the wrong way, and I don't mean in the wrong way, I mean the actual wrong way, I'm gonna get like, that's all excess glue. Hold on. Some nail stylist out there is like, just woke up screaming just now. Someone on Instagram says, to use Santa's hat? Are you sure? Oh, that'd be so sad. Oh, anyway, hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. Today we are chatting about whatever the fuck we want to chat about, as usual. I was thinking we could talk about resolutions if we really want to. I don't have any though, so I'm happy to chat about whatever. I might just have to hold this. It's not gonna stick otherwise. Me. Astronomus says nail bubbles. Yeah, I know. It's not good. Cash Cow says put a coffee filter piece on it. Here's the thing. Nail glue is functionally super glue because it's attaching plastic to your nail, essentially. Because I use acrylics. And so all that'll happen is I'll just get coffee filter. I'll have a mobile coffee filter is all that'll happen. It'll stick and it won't leave. Oh my God, my finger's already... Okay, this is gonna be a problem. Hold on. What do I have? I don't like leaving my desk during streams. Oh, it's already getting all over my other fingers. Hold on. Do I have literally any cloth? I'm just gonna use this. My cleaning cloth? I don't want to use that. Fuck me. Okay, I'm gonna have to use this random little glasses cleaning cloth because I have nothing else. Oh no. I just don't want to fuck up my computer. God's sake. I should have just bit the okay, there we go. It's not good. I should have just torn off the nail and called it good. God. DVC said would have been perfect time to scrap the excess off with magic cards. Listen. I don't know which ones are... maybe like a nice forest or something. Here's the thing. I'm actually low on lands. So... I don't know. But we were gonna talk about New Year's resolutions and New Year, New Me type vibes. Let's see. Oh, Josh says my New Year, New Me is to actually get back in the mindset of October 2023 me. That is so specific, but also I get it. Saying I was completely locked in health and confidence wise. I kind of love that. And I also love that people recognize what they needed to do in order to get into those mindsets. Kashka says use disenchant to scrape it off. I probably should have, because the thing is it's all dull now. You see, there's like a hair stuck to it now from the cloth. Fuck. Anyway, thank you so much to everyone for joining me. I swear to God, the beginnings of my stream are not usually just nonsensical and chaotic. But I do want to thank Hedges Corner for subscribing over on Twitch. Thank you so much, Hedges Corner. It's lovely to have you. Let me toss you on the board of, let me see. What do I call this today? The board of people supporting this shit unironically. Unless it is ironic, in which case don't burst my bubble. Let's see. Anyway, Luke says, yes, this is the most chaotic stream ever. Definitely nothing weirder ever happened. Hey. We also have some new followers over on Twitch. We have Bright Suns Batu, Dislocated Reverie, amazing name, Mighty Maui, Cashkell's on 30 streams in a row, Yves is on 25, Ippy's on fucking 30, saying hello everyone. Luke just wanted me to hydrate, which I should probably do. Wyvern on Instagram says, my only resolution this year is to survive the horrors. Very fair. I'm really hoping, listen, at this point, I'm just assuming that the horrors are gonna come, so that way I'm not disappointed. But it's not fantastic. Someone else says Instagram is mirrored. Is it? Really? No other social media is mirrored. Oh no. Oh gosh. Also, Seeger says our whole department got laid off recently, so priority number 1 is to find a new job. 2025 was rough. It's not just you. So 2025 has been crazy. I have so many friends who got laid off. Actually, there was like 3 friends I know who got laid off in the same week, I want to say. 2 or 3. It was fucking insane. Also, hi Roguelike Bagel, and hi Tamarathon. Thank you so much for the gifted subs. How many was it? Was it 5? It was 5. Thank you so much for 5 gifted subs to the community over on Twitch. Make sure they don't have to sit through ads about pet food or whatever the fuck. I think they're targeted through Amazon, so I'm assuming that it's like related to whatever you're actually interested in, but let me know if it's something weird. Let's see. Hi, Parashu Juan. Hello, hello, Michael. Higher Life Form over on YouTube. Good to see you guys. Hello, hello. Welcome in. We're just chatting about whatever. Dark Sniper says YouTube is in a vertical format. Yeah, so YouTube's vertical, but it's also horizontal. There should be 2. There should be 2 YouTube streams. So if you go to my channel, either one. If you're watching on a desktop, you can do the normal way. Kashko said, what food reminds you of New Year's? Does champagne count? I've seen some really solid, like, recipes. I don't know if you can call it a recipe when it has to do with Jell-O. You probably can, but like recipes for champagne, alcoholic like Jell-O shots, but with champagne and like sparkles on top and stuff like that. Those always look great. Convo says big love from Oz. Hi! Oh my god, I miss Australia so much. Yvette says, I'm kind of sad we're going down the nuclear war apocalypse timeline and not the tech apocalypse timeline. I know. Wait, why? I feel like... Hello? Dude, the biggest fly ever just decided to make a nest behind my light. You guys aren't gonna be able to see. I can't even see him. He ducked behind. Oh, hold on. Can I? Oh, fuck me. The camera won't turn that way. I can't show you guys because he's like way the fuck wedged up there. Shit. I can show Instagram actually. Instagram, do you guys want to see the fly that's harassing me? Hold on. Instagram. I'm gonna need you to hold you this head. That guy. He's been around for like, I want to say 2 days. Oh, I hope you singed up there, buddy. Anyway, back to stream. So sorry. I swear I'm usually not this chaotic. You best this shout out to the fly harassing Dinah. How dare you? Let's see. Oh, Yves wants me to breathe. I should figure out what the fuck I'm doing. Someone says, what's his name? Are we naming my fucking freeloaders now? If we name him when he dies in 2 days and I find him on a windowsill, I'm gonna have to notify you guys. Legally, that's how that works. Instagram is all trying to scare him off now. Reshi guy. Oh my gosh, hello. Wait, hold on. Reshi guy's here for the first time saying the past few years I've been making hardcore mental health resolutions. My self-confidence has been better and now it's time for my villain arc, which means standing up for myself more. Dude, that is the best kind of villain arc. My favorite are when people are like, hey, I'm gonna be more confident or die trying. Or people who are like, hey, I'm gonna be so hot that it ruins people's lives just because I can. And that's my favorite kind of thing. It's my favorite decision to make. And they go hand in hand. We also have Winter Mellant, who gave out 5 community sub gifts. Thank you so much, Winter. That's super sweet of you. Winter, here we go. Melon T3 with another 5 subs to the group. If you guys do get ads, at least let me know what kind of ads you're getting. Because I'm so curious what the crossover is between my community and whatever Amazon thinks you guys would like. Someone says petition to name the fly Jeff Goldblum. There's gotta be a pun we can make out of that, though. Surely. Crooked Rook, hello. It's Hayes also here for the first time. We also have Finial. Phoenix wants me to do a posture check, which is fine. And we also have Roguelike Bagel and Real Bad Baconator. Amazing. Not sponsored by Wendy's. Is it Wendy's or Arby's? I don't eat it either, so I'm not 100% sure. Jackson says getting flypaper ads. Oh my god. Cashel said he was in The Fly. There is no greater pun. What the fuck is The Fly? Is that a movie? The Fly, a horror sci-fi movie featuring Jeff Goldblum, a science fiction body horror film directed by David Cronenberg. Oh man, okay. What the fuck does it have to do with The Fly? Oh, I just read a sentence about fingernails falling off. What? Dude, so I was telling, he was fused with a fly by a computer? Wait, is this just Metamorphosis in a different font? This is just Metamorphosis in a different font. Oh. Oh. Astronomer says yes. Oh. Yeah, okay. We'll go with Jeff Goldblum. He has the same tone of voice, I'll say that much. I don't know if you guys can hear him. I would point the microphone at him because he's fucking loud. It's like one of those big flies, one of those big ones that like just harasses you with their presence. Tamara says it's like teleportation went wrong, and Hedges Corner says it is in fact a metamorphosis adaptation. Dude, can I talk to you guys about the... Hi, hello, Brayden. Guys, can someone remind me to give Brayden Figgy VIP? I'll just do it now, because I keep forgetting to, and I don't know what... Which means I gotta go through Roles Manager and do a whole thing. Let's see, who hasn't been here in a while? I don't know. I don't think Cam has been here in a while. So here we go. Perfect. But Most Average Gamer says, hi Diana, L fly harassment. Yeah, sorry. Listen, the fly started it. The fly's been here for, I'm pretty sure, over a day now. So it's not my fault. Turtle Monkey also says, oh shit, I made it at the start this time. Hi, welcome in. And then, let's see. Joyfriend says, gotta go back to work. Have fun. I know, I feel you. I'm going straight back to work after this too. Harrison says it's italics metamorphosis. And someone says squatters' rights to the fly. That's true. Imagine it's like drinking ages in fantasy games where the like squatters' rights definitions get shorter and shorter depending on your lifespan. Can you imagine? Wait, hold on. If people are writing entire handbooks as to how different... Oh my god, wait a sec. Okay, you guys have heard this joke before, right? Where there's, you know, a fucking adventuring party walks into a bar and only certain people can get served because you have to take into account when you think about drinking ages, the relative lifespans of each of those creature species, right? So for example, if an elf lives to be like 300 years, then the drinking age isn't gonna be, you know, 16, 18, it's gonna be like 120 to reach maturity, right? Assuming that it's scaled properly in how your brain develops and they've done the science to figure out when exactly you should and shouldn't drink. So what does that mean for jail time? Does that mean if you get a life sentence as an elf, you're like, is a life sentence for mass murder, for example, which we all know adventurers go through all the fucking time, is that gonna be the same for a human as it is for an elf? How does this work? Also, Mark says Happy New Year. Oh yeah, Happy New Year, by the way. I'm just gonna say it now because I'm not gonna be able to I'm not gonna stream tomorrow because obviously it's New Year's Eve. I probably will not be streaming Thursday because I'm gonna be, if anything, hungover as shit. And I know myself well enough to know that I'm gonna be hungover, so if anything, you should be thanking me for my foresight. I also have plans to get cheap Chinese food and just sit at home and watch movies. So Lucas says I already have tomorrow's cancellation graphic. Oh, fuck yeah. Hell yeah. I hope there's fireworks. Also, Tamarathon redeemed a mod poll. Tamarathon, what kind of poll do you want? Any thoughts? What exactly are we voting on here? For those on Twitch, we occasionally have this thing where we have a mod poll. The mods set up a poll for me and for the community, and everyone gets to vote on certain things, put in their opinion. Sometimes they enable this thing where you can buy votes. It's a lot of fun. Astronomer says, so technically a life sentence is about 60 years. So it'd be whatever is the equivalent of 60 years for an elf. So it would scale. So if that means that you have, oh, when did I take this? On Instagram says dwarves are born with a beer stein in their hand. That's true. So you can't, but imagine you go to like a non-dwarven country. Oh my god, I feel like I have to make a table for this now. Like a whole fucking Google spreadsheet where it's like, you check, first of all, you cross-reference the location that you're in with the species that you are, and then your relative age. And then, I don't know. And also, what if you mature really quickly? Because like a Kenku matures in like 2 years, right? Because they have a lifespan of what, 9? Maybe, it might be up to 20. I'm not 100% sure. This is making my brain hurt. Astronomer says, do make a table. And also Phoenix says a hungover Diana stream would be very funny though. It would not. Let me assure you, these fucking bright lights, you would be watching me sit here just like refusing to make eye contact with my goddamn monitor. It would be miserable for everyone involved on this side of the computer, okay? Also, Daydreamer wants me to hydrate. I can do that. Ooh, someone on Instagram saying, James on Instagram says, anyone know of any fun spells or cantrips to take for a College of Dance bard? It's my first time playing a bard, and I don't really care about how powerful they are. Ooh, man. I mean, if you're okay with it, I feel like Friends would be kind of fun to flavor as a dance cantrip, especially if you make it so that you essentially start dancing, and then everyone is compelled to form a circle around you and watch and cheer you on. Like a little breakdance circle. I feel like that'd be fun. Viniel says, of course that assumes that maturation rates are linearly correlated. That's true. Okay, so here's one of my favorite things about, one of my favorite, like, fun tips when it comes to being a DM, right? Also, hi, MC, over on YouTube. And then Mr. Sip says, I always assumed that the jail sentences would be based on the lifespans of the society handing down the sentence. So for life for a human society would be shorter. Okay, so that means that, like, say a group of adventurers walks into a bar, whips out their, I guess not guns, but like wands, and they're like, all right, everyone give us your money. And they do they stick up a bar, and they rob everyone of their coin purses, and then they leave, and they get caught down the road. But the adventuring party consists of an elf, a dwarf, a human, a fucking halfling, and then a kenku. Are they all gonna get the same life sentence? And also, is that fair? I need to talk to my lawyer about this. I need to message, can someone remind me to ask my lawyer about life sentences in fantasy worlds later? Please. I promise it's more important than you think. Yvette says, but what do they need for any mutant experiments? Oh, wait, yeah, we were talking about, wait, hold on. Fuck me, what was I gonna look up? I was gonna look up something. Oh, it was Dragon Magazine. Yeah, so one of my favorite resources that everyone should know about. And I've made a video on it in the past. There's two magazines that used to come out ages and ages ago. Created by TSR at the beginning, and then I believe it got shifted over, or it might also be TSR. But there were two types of magazines. One was called Dragon Magazine, and one was called Dungeon Magazine. And if you are a DM, you're looking for information, homebrew, canon, whatever, that you can use to supplement your worlds, including random tables, lore, information about things like random things, like even like, I don't know, stuff like, oh, how exactly would this interspecies breeding work? This magazine, these two magazines, are arguably the most reliable places to find that sort of random info. It also comes with little adventures and things like that. The thing is, it's adapted to really old versions of D&D, but in theory, you could change it and make it adaptable to 2024 or 2014 D&D. In theory. It's a free resource. Just look it up on Internet Archive. There's hundreds and hundreds of editions, and they come out with some really cool stuff. I remember this is where Fair Barovia came from back in the day, like ages and ages ago. Fair Barovia being like functionally like a prequel to, oh my god, what do you call it? Curse of Strahd, you know? This is all about canine encounters. This one has maps and everything. The Lost Mines of Karak, Menace of the Icy Spire. It's got a bunch of supplement. It's all free. The older magazines have more tables and things like that you can work with, and more supplemental like homebrew stuff. Highly recommend. Mage's Work says good old AD&D. I don't think it, yeah. I assume it was the good old days. I don't know anything about, did the flag get closer? The fly got close. I heard it. Come here, you little bitch. Hold on. Alright, if it comes closer, I'll like comically throw a vase at it. I won't, but also check out this flower. My sibling got it for me for Christmas. It's a little orchid, I think. Is it? Is it a lily? If I was good at taking care of plants, I'd know it. I'd know what plant it was. Cashgill says, yes, the good old days of ADD where people lose their shit over Thaco. Yeah, I wouldn't even try and get my... It can't be that hard, right? Hold on. Let's look this up. Thaco. Classic D&D combat mechanic from older editions like AD&D, meaning 2-hit armor class 0. There's a Reddit thread asking, can someone explain Thaco to me? Everyone's armor class... You want it to be low as opposed to high, it looks like. So 0 AC is very good. And that's like Oh, you just want to roll higher than that? Oh, God. Oh, no. Maybe it's harder than I think it is. It refers to the roll required for a character to score a hit on a hypothetical, I swear to God I can read, hypothetical opponent with an armor class of 0, which in turn is used to calculate other attack rolls. God, so you have to like take that number, then plug it into something else? The people who like played the original like 1979 D&D probably would have killed for a Google sheet that would calculate all this shit for you. Oh hey, Parashwan says someone asked Legal Eagle about this. He'll actually do the work. And hi, Tonio. MC says the Kenku, if arrested, should get a reduction for mimicking good behavior. Oh my God. Let's see. Lucas says we would kill for a Google sheet. And Jordan says 2E was my introduction and was glad to switch to 3.0. Yeah. And First Real Ninja says, shouldn't you have a rose flower? Oh, that fucking fly. It's gonna kill me. Shouldn't you have a rose flower to match your name? Ideally, but I'd feel less bad about the branding if I killed a flower that wasn't a rose, you know? Why is the poll, has Diana seen any dinosaurs, aka Jurassic Park? You know the answer to this. I haven't. I've never seen a Jurassic Park movie. I don't think. Maybe. Oh my God, also Betta Walsh is here for the first time saying, I love that I got here for the first time to talk about Thaco. Complain about Thaco or actually talk about Thaco? Chris says, is this 4th edition? This was back in 2nd edition, I believe, is what people are saying. But I don't know if it persisted past that. Yeah, it looks like 2E and 2E revised. So 1989 and 1995 are when it first came out. Also, hi, Taverna. Hello, hello. Tamarathon says an AC of 0 correlates to an AC of 20, I believe, in 5e. Oh, so you can still go better than that. Got it. And Hohenheimer says Thaco is in Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. Oh, okay. So in theory, for Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, though, you don't have to do the math yourself, which is quite nice. But I feel like it would be a pain in the ass to go back and play the OG Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 and then try and wrap your mind around why your armor class is going down every time that you put on better armor. I don't know, as a 5e player, 5e was my introduction, and like the 2014 5e, and I will never not like be stuck in that mindset, I suppose. First Real Ninja says Diana vs. the Fly is my new favorite movie. It's really attracted to that light in particular. Maybe I can flush it out if I turn off the backlights. Potentially. Overthinker says, also here for the first time, and Thaco is a pain in the ass. I've heard nothing but bad things about Thaco. Okay, let me turn off the light, and we'll see if that confuses it enough to go away. I don't know. Maybe I should just leave the light on and let it die in a crevice that I'll never have to come across its body in. Oh my gosh, let's see. Aang says, just joined, hope you're well. How did you enjoy PAX Melbourne? I'm from Melbourne myself. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. The PAX team over there is so nice. Everyone's so sweet. The audience was amazing. Oh, I love it so much. Krayak says, why would Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 be bad? Those be goated. I tried playing Baldur's Gate 1, and the problem with it is you have to really know what you're doing because it's so easy to die, and the controls are so bad that using a modern like mindset when it comes to playing games is difficult to adapt into you know, what they used, you know, the older editions of D&D, and also just the older control schemes for video games back then, you know? Nodstar also wants me to roll a giant D20 saying, how will 2026 be for the world? Buddy, cut the music. Don't make me settle that. It's a lot of fucking pressure, bud. I can try. Hi, Half, saying Happy New Year, everybody. Hello, we also have some new followers. Hold on, let me add to the board. Half, hello, saying Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome in. Oh my god, your Badank also bestowed disadvantage on the 2026 roll. God fucking shit. Okay, well. Let's see. BSB. Thank you so much for the sub. I can go ahead and get the D20 for you. Oh, the New North says, remember Thaco was designed by nerds who wanted to overcomplicate things. Thanks the gods for 3E+. I feel like if anything, they were overcomplicating things for the sake of wanting to mimic reality, especially when you look at like the old school Gygaxian fall damage rules, where it has, I mean, with the exception of the fact that it didn't have terminal velocity, right? It like progressively got more and more damaging the further you fell. And I feel like if anything, they were trying to Like, I empathize with their desire to make a tabletop game into a simulation of real life physics, you know? I guess. I don't know if it was necessary for armor classes, but what do I know? Oh my gosh, Spartacus says, oh man, Fallout 1 and 2 were the best. Dude, I have all the OG Fallouts. I really want to play them. I haven't had time. I started playing them, and I did halfway decent. I didn't get my ass kicked by rats in a random cellar, so that's good. You'll notice my place is kind of full of junk right now. It's not junk, it's just like old wrapping and things like that. DBCU actually gifted me a bunch of juices and snacks and things like that, and there may or may not be a sneak peek at potential future merch here that we're not going to talk about. Instead, let me get to the point. Here we go. This is the giant D20. It's been handed down to me from you guys. Someone who actually doesn't show up all that much anymore, but I miss them. And Cashel said, be sure to get your vote in on who would win between Diana and the Fly. Okay. No one's voted for me yet? There are 0 votes for me. What the fuck? I don't even know where he went. I haven't heard him in a while. I think he calmed down ever since I turned off the light. Anyway, let's see. So we have someone who bestowed a disadvantage, your bud Dank did, but then Yves bestowed advantage, so we're on for the potential apocalypse roll. So we're neutral right now. Let's go ahead and give it a toss. We're just gonna do one toss because the advantage and disadvantage cancel out. And we're gonna see how 2026 is gonna go. Okay, this is potentially the most important D20 roll I've had on this channel so far. I've never had a important D20 before. Oh my god, your bud Dank wants to bestow disadvantage again? Oh no, okay. Who the fuck said they'd put 5 on the Fly? God damn it. Okay, so Cashel and your bud Dank both bestowed disadvantage. Okay, I'm gonna give it a roll. With disadvantage. There's 3 disadvantages? Jesus fuck. If you guys hate me, just say that. God. Oh, it unplugged my vacuum. Shit. Okay. First roll was a 10. There we are. We'll give it a second roll. It did knock against my outlet and fuck it up, so. Oh wait, we have an advantage? We have 2 advantages. It's still at a disadvantage. So after this, we're gonna call it, but we do have a bardic inspiration to roll an extra d10. So let's do one more roll at disadvantage. Oh, which brings us down to 8. So it's an 8 total, but with the bardic inspiration, we get to add a d10 onto it. Ah, shit, the advantages were too late. I was on the opposite side of the room. So we'll count all that for next time because there's no shot. I'm gonna be sitting here rolling for forever. Also, hi, Ionical, welcome in. The d10 was provided to us by Norse Foundry back in the day. It's like almost like it's got canine glass. I call it the gem cut d20, but they call it something else. We'll give it a little, someone says guidance. Shit, I should add guidance as a redeem. All right, here we go. A 5. So what's 8 plus 5? Fuck. I can do math. It's a 12. So we're gonna 13. I can do 13. I swear I can do math. I'm just tired. A 13 overall. For the state of 2026, that's not bad, given that 2025 so far, the bar's in hell. We were at like a 10 before this. So, could be better. Let's see. Yves says, watching Die to Fail first grade math made my day. Alright. Okay. Alright. I can't concentrate when I'm being harassed by a 6-legged flying fucking insect from goddamn hell itself. That's... Oh! Oh, it's on the ceiling now. Oh no, Instagram. Here, I can show you guys. This is the one advantage you have over not being in the Twitch channel. So this is the whiteboard. There he is. You see? Is it still zoomed in? Where'd it go? Okay. We're gonna not panic. We're gonna chill. Kashko said, you mean your new roommate? Oh no, I don't want to catch a murder charge. Oh, Krayhack wants me to roll to draw from the D20 deck? Yeah, I would have to break it out. If I can find it. Let me see. Dusky Diego says eradicate the pest. I don't want to be mean. You know, I'm not gonna be heartless. I'm gonna let him die a slow death of natural causes. You know, I'm not rude. Okay, let me, oh no. Oh no. Oh shit. So, I didn't tell you guys this, because I played it really cool. I'd like to think. I knocked over my entire water bottle earlier, and it did spill all over my nerd box. And that's not a euphemism. I have a little box over here that holds all my D&D stuff, and it did spill all over that, and I'm worried that... Did it get in? Okay, it didn't get in. We're good. The nerd box is safe. And here... Oh, is it? Ah, it's a little wet. And my malediction stuff got wet. Which is really what I'm concerned about. I haven't even had a chance. It's cardboard. I haven't had a chance to build it yet. Oh, stream is chaos. Okay. The nerd shit's going over there. The water and the fly we're gonna deal with later. The spilled minis that are everywhere, we're also gonna deal with later. We're gonna draw from the D20 deck. J Huck says, Dinah, you don't have to water your D&D stuff. Biggie says, put it in rice. My malediction set? My cardboard? Natsu says, yesterday I knocked a bottle of alcohol over and it smashed, going everywhere and bouncing a glass shard into my leg. Oh, I wasn't expecting to mop my kitchen with a bloody leg in 2025. That's horrible. Terrell says you do have to water your plants though. The only plant within a 5-foot radius is the one that's living in water, which is not a good sign. Let me get the D20 deck. I'm gonna go with the life variant and not the death variant for 2026 because I feel like that might be a good thing to go with. There are two options. So there are, let me actually show you guys. This is a local company that makes these. It's called Draw 20, where it's like a deck of cards that are, you know, labeled 1 through 20. And you use them instead of dice for accessibility reasons, for the sake of being able to take certain numbers out of the potential pool of numbers that you draw, all sorts of stuff like that. And so we got a request to draw from the D20 deck from Crayhack. And then Puttifex, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs as well. This is a fucking wild stream. I swear it's not normally this bad. Let's see. Hi, Dan! Oh my gosh, Dan, hello. I'm having a wild stream right now, honestly. Guys, everyone say hi to Dan Poppenmeyer over on TikTok. How are you? We're doing good. I hope your Christmas went well. I was down in LA briefly, but I didn't get a chance to say hi to anyone. So I'll let you know next time I'm down there, or I'll announce it somewhere to come say hi. But hopefully the weather is not on fire, because wasn't it this time last year that you guys had a massive fucking fire? Praying that it goes well for y'all. Marathon says she's lying. This is par for all of our streams. Guys, be cool. Let's see. And then Parashwan says Nerdbox was my nickname in high school. Good God. So we're gonna roll on the D20 deck. It's quite literally just like pulling a deck out of a card out of a deck. And we'll see what we get. Here, chat, pick a card. I'm kidding. Instagram gets you. Here. Oh, wow. Wow, Instagram. You picked, You picked 0? This deck isn't supposed to have a 0. Is this a 0 or an 8? Am I insane? What does that mean? I don't think we're supposed to have a 0 on a roll from fucking 1 to 20, am I? No, the 1 is here. That's definitely a 0. Oh, God. Brayden says we're dead for real. Oh, no. Well, great. That's a horrible portent for 2026. Which isn't good. Someone says rock bottom. Oh, no. Are you guys ready for Murder Hornets Part 2? DVC said a 0. Damn, the fly is really winning. Oh, the fly's still up there. Oh, it's right above me now. This is horrifying. Marathon redeemed improvised lore. My improvised lore isn't super accessible right now because my apartment's a mess. And I'm a little concerned about the water spill. Oh god, yeah, you can see the... Oh god, I'm gonna have to deal with this later. Let's save the lore for next time. Only because I don't want to have to get it out right now. And I might have to end stream early so I can deal with all of this water before it crawls towards my PC. I don't think it will. It's a little far. But it's also soaked through... It's like slowly soaking through my desk. Punifex says fly merch when? Oh god. Rit, hello, welcome in. Let's see. And Michael says, if 2026 is awful, it will just all be your fault. This is where someone's gonna make like a smash cut compilation of me rolling a 0 on a deck that's supposed to be from 1 to 20, and then it's just gonna like do a fucking highlight reel of every bad thing that happens in 2026. Like every awful headline. Ugh. Let's see. Marathon says slut for fly merch. Velux says Flyana of the Rose when. God damn it. Clever Kale says, is the famous red dot gone or have you just concealed it on your chair? It's just concealed. So if I turn the chair enough, you can see it right there. The red pixel's still there. I'm still waiting on a dummy battery to come so I can switch out the cameras, but it should be here later this week, I want to say. Real Ninja says, is it bad I didn't know you were Latina? That explains the good looks. It's because we don't usually have freckles. I paint them on. So I also concealed my natural hair. If I didn't pluck my eyebrows, you'd be able to tell because my eyebrows would stretch all the way up to here if it wasn't for the fact that I trimmed them. So let's see. And then Cashcow said, there's your end of the year YouTube short idea, Diana. Oh no. Yeah, someone clip it for future reference. What was I gonna talk about doing? Dude, so I've been reading some horror books lately. So I rediscovered the library, and yeah, it's okay, hold your applause. I rediscovered the fact that the library exists recently, and I was tweeting about it, and by tweeting, I mean I was talking about it on Threads and Blue Sky, the only viable alternatives. Marathon says The Fly is horror. I know, I feel like I should read Metamorphosis. I should put Metamorphosis in as an audiobook, just for the sake of this guy, I don't know, to maybe please him so he'll leave me alone. But I was reading, someone says, oh my god, the library, what is that? Yeah, so first of all, easiest subscription I've ever fucking, like, worked with in my life. I basically went to Libby, or I went through my library and I was like, hey, how do I rent, like, ebooks? Is that possible? Or like, can I rent a physical book? And they were like, yeah, you could go in and get the physical book, or the ebook is available through Libby and it's just an app. And I was like, okay, I'll download the app. I go into the app. It's like, hey, plug in your library card info. I plug in library card info from about 3 years ago, which might have been the last time I actually used my library. And it's like, hey, your library card's expired. You're gonna have to get a new one. And I'm like, oh, fuck me. This is gonna be a whole process. I'm gonna have to give them my social security number. I'm gonna have to give them my last library card info. I'm gonna have to give them my address. They're gonna have to ship it to me, or I'm gonna have to go pick it up. And then I'm gonna have to wait like 3 to 7 business days for it to get activated. I'm so used to like incredibly long and difficult sign-up processes. And instead, I just went online and it was like, oh yeah, plug in your current library card info and then hit a renew button. And then you're good. And I was like, it can't be this easy. It took me less than 10 minutes. I did it on my phone while lying in bed, getting ready to go to bed. And it was like, yeah, okay, here's your new library card. Your library card is renewed. You're good. I didn't even have to get a new card. I didn't need a new number. I immediately went into Libby and I was like, please take this new one. And it took it immediately. It just contacted the servers, and the servers, even though it was like midnight, didn't have to like wait till a business day to refresh. It was just like, yeah, okay, great, you have a library card. Here's all of the knowledge in the world that can get uploaded straight to your phone. I downloaded a bunch of stuff and was like renting it through Kindle, except you don't need a Kindle, it turns out, to read it. I just could do it on my phone. So I've been sitting here reading all the horror books I can come across. I read World War Z in like a day. I went through, what was the second one I read? World War Z, The Long Walk. I read The Long Walk. I also read, gosh, I said it took it easily, huh? God damn it. Also, hi, Sweet Tea, hello. Do a posture check and a breathe and a hydrate. I can barely breathe right now, I'm still sick, but, which by the way, I did make a doctor's appointment. Please clap. It's not till January, but still. Made a doctor's appointment, so I will go check out the fact that I've been sick 3 times in the past month and a half. We'll check it out. Make sure it's not another cancer scare. That's all I care about. Your Butt Dank says January, so Thursday. Yeah, that's true. No, but it's not. It's the week after. I'm not gonna say exactly when. And I'm currently, I read American Psycho, which, by the way, don't read American Psycho right before going to fucking LA, you guys. It will make you so goddamn jaded. The cynic in me was like tearing away the walls of her enclosure. It was, like, it basically, has anyone ever read or watched American Psycho? The book is way more horrifying than the movie, by the way, for obvious reasons, but like, it's very graphic, and it's kind of, it's very much a description in a criticism of modern consumerist culture and all that. But it's very relatable when you're a content creator who flies down to LA like once every other couple months. It's not great. And I went right before the Game Awards. And the, like, I don't know. It definitely, I had to suppress some, like, oh man, what am I doing here feelings. Anyway. Beyond that, I finished American Psycho, took fucking forever, by the way, and now I'm in the process of reading, God, what is it called? The Troop. And if you don't know what The Troop is, holy shit. Can I look this up without it getting the TikTok stream taken down? Yeah, oh no, it's not an action comedy children's series. Definitely not that. It's Nick Cutter's The Troop. Here we go. It's just like body horror incarnate, essentially. It's all about an alien parasite that takes over an island that is currently only inhabited by a troop of boys doing like a Cub Scouts type excursion. They're cut off from civilization, they don't have phones, they don't have radio, they don't even have a boat to get home to, and they are like alone on this island, Lord of the Flies style. They're scoutmasters, the first one who's infected, spoiler, and then they kind of just have to survive on their own. But the parasite does some fucked up shit. It's really cool. The descriptions are really gory and really intense. So if you guys have any suggestions for other books that are along those lines of like The Troop, American Psycho, I'm gonna get Tender as the Flesh here soon. There's a bunch of cool things that I really want to read through. So that's been my inspiration recently for my DMing, and you may have seen some like body horror type videos that I put out recently. That's where all that came from, is me rediscovering that the library exists. Vaporox says, hi Diana, don't eat the old toast. I did eat it. It wasn't bad. No, it was bad. It didn't kill me. We'll put it that way. First Real Ninja says, when are you reading 50 Shades of Grey? God, I'd rather die than read that fucking Twilight fanfiction. Also, if I'm gonna read 50 Shades of Grey, I need to read Twilight first. Because it's the spiritual successor, you know? Mr. Sip says, I've avoided reading The Troop because I thought it was more slasher type horror. No, it's like, it's Lord of the Flies meets The Thing, almost. It's definitely like horror. It's not slasher horror for sure. But it does have to do with like boys getting caught in the wild and not having an adult around and having to deal with like some wild type shit. Let's see. MC says, I've read and watched both American Psycho and The Troop. The chapter in American Psycho, Killing Child at Zoo, was particularly awful, but good book overall. You thought that one was the bad one? Oh man, I thought it was interesting how he pretended to be a doctor. No, I thought the one with the nail gun was wild. DBC said, little did you know that the 4 illnesses are caused by the old toast attacking her immune system on like a 7-month delay. Yeah, so that photo shoot was from back in February. It was something that I did. I posted a photo shoot on Instagram today, by the way. So hello to everyone on Instagram who's tuned in because of that. That was 7 months old. It was an old Valentine's Day photo shoot that was all about my photographer, who's a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, is an Olympic photographer around here, but she also does like little individual shoots, little like feminine shoots every now and then. I did a fake engagement shoot with her one time. Any photos you see of me hanging out on a mattress in front of a waterfall, that's her as well. And so she had an idea for one that was like kind of a dreamy morning, like daily routine type photo shoot. You know, you can see the same thing on Pinterest, like loose shirts and things like that, where it's very chill. Yeah, I don't know. And so that was from forever ago. I just was running out of things to post, and being sick, it's hard for me to take photos right now because I feel gross. And so I wanted to rehash that old stuff. at least one more time before the year ends. I might post once more of whatever happens during New Year's, but I'll have to see what my plans are. I don't even know what I'm doing yet. Spartacus says, it's older and more for teenagers, but I enjoyed His Dark Materials as a series. It's 3 books about 2 kids from different dimensions that go on a long hike to help God die? You're kidding. Oh, weird. Also, Tamarathon says, Dinah still needs to read the Magician's Trilogy. Is that what the TV show was based off of? Because I started reading the TV show, and I kind of liked how they rooted the physics of the magic in the real world. Like, the world building was done really well, but I also thought it seemed really complicated, but in a cool way. I love that sort of overcomplicated stuff when it comes to, like, how magic works. One thing that I feel like is really disheartening for me when I consume media of any kind is shit like what fucking Stephen King does, where it's like, oh, all this supernatural stuff is happening, no one knows why, and it's like, come on, buddy, we've gotta have something. That's what turned me off from, what was the Stephen King book about the cell signal that just, like, travels across the world and turns everyone rage virus style into, like, kind of zombies, but not really? It was the something. I can't remember what it was. But it had, like, a supernatural aspect to it a little bit, and I just got so turned off by it because there was no explanation. There was no world building. Someone says, have you read The Cosmere? I haven't. I feel like The Cosmere is a little too much for me to digest at the moment, so I haven't been able to get into it because it's intimidating, and anyone who says otherwise is lying. But I know that Brandon Sanderson himself has put out, like, a list of ones to start with and things like that, so I'll probably get into it for the sake of the fact that it's a game now, and so many people are asking me about the game. Let's see. Jordan says Stephen King is just cranking them out without effort at this point. I know. His short stories are really good, though. There was one that I remember reading as a kid about a guy who somehow got paralyzed. And he was functionally dead. Like, his heart wasn't beating, his lungs weren't moving, but he was still conscious and, like, trapped inside a body that everyone else thought was dead. And he had to sit with his eye, like, just not being able to see anything because his eyes were closed, and hearing, like, the autopsy room activities around him, and hearing, like, these 2 doctors going through this checklist of, was that a Twilight Show episode, says Cash Cow? I don't know, hold on, I gotta find, what is it? Stephen King, short story, like, paralyzed dude, maybe? Autopsy Room 4. Let's see. It's based on the setup of the short story Breakdown by Louis Pollock, depending on your French, I suppose. And there's a television adaptation of Breakdown that aired on Alfred Hitchcock Presents. So I'm guessing, like, a precursor to the Twilight show. Yeah. Howard Cottrell wakes in some sort of unconsciousness to find himself laid out in an autopsy room. As doctors prepare to begin, he comes to grips with what is happening. He's not dead, and he's paralyzed, and he tries to inform the doctors of this before they cut into him. And so it's like his internal, like, monologue as a bunch of people are like poking and prodding and seeing his cause of death, even though he's not dead. The end of it, spoiler, by the way, brief spoiler, shows that he was possibly bitten by a rare snake. And the only way that the doctors realize that... The Stand! That's the one! Yeah, I'll get to that in a sec. But the only way the doctors in the autopsy room realize that he's actually alive is when, I'm pretty sure, the female doctor starts poking around in his nether regions, and his... How do I put this? His own snake starts to wake up from its coma a little bit. And then he eventually comes back to consciousness, and gets back up. And, yeah, Maverick says he stands up. Your Bud Dank says he gets a TOS violation. And so it twitches just enough to let the doctors know that he's okay. And then he ends up dating the female doctor, but they end up breaking up. And this is just like a one sentence at the end of the story. Stephen King writes that they ended up breaking up because he could only pitch his tent while she was wearing latex gloves like she was in the autopsy room that day. Yeah, he was impotent unless she was wearing rubber gloves, it says right here, which is an insane, like, little humor bit thrown in at the end. Let's see. Overthinker says I'm playing Arc Raiders on the side. What are we talking about? We're talking about horror stories, and specifically a Stephen King like short story called Autopsy Room 4. But someone else brought up The Stand, which is a full-on novel, which started off so cool. It was, let me see. No, that's about influenza. And the apocalypse started by that. I'm thinking about the one that's spread through cell phones. Because I don't think this is the one that I'm thinking of. But I know, I tried to read The Stand and I didn't like it. Because I don't know, it was just too magic-y. And I didn't like the concept of magic in a modern setting. I often don't. Apparently he also got writer's block partway through, and I felt like it kind of showed. Yeah. TS says The Stand isn't the cell phone one. Yeah. What was the zombie? The one that became the movie Cell. Is it called Cell? Wait, hold on. Stephen King, Cell. Yeah, there it is. So Cell, a post-apocalyptic horror novel. Or sorry, just normal apocalyptic. And yeah, it has to do with an artist in Maine who lands a graphic novel deal when the Pulse, a signal sent over the global cell phone network, turns cell phone users into zombie-like killers. Partway through, there's some weird shit where yeah, okay, here we go. There's some weird shit where the zombies start psychically doing stuff, and that's where it lost me. I just want a good old-fashioned zombie novel. You know, I've got The Road and Blood Meridian on hold right now. Gotta do some old school, like, apocalyptic style reading. I love apocalypse movies, books so much. Dark Sniper says, of course it's in Maine. Of course. As far as Stephen King is concerned, Maine is a constant hellscape. We're sending the fucking authorities to the wrong Portland is what it sounds like, based on what the fuck he writes about. MC says, did you read Firestarter? That was a good one. I actually don't think what is Firestarter? A 2022 film, a fiction horror film. Oh, I don't know about this one. Based on a novel of the same name from back in, oh my god, fucking 1980. God, I forgot how long this guy was writing shit. Okay, there's some psychic powers. Oh, there's some just like general magic abilities. Telepathy, pyrokineticism. I feel like Stephen King has such a thing about superpowers when there don't need to be superpowers in order to tell a good story, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm not a writer. Kashko says you can't forget about Sleepwalkers. Oh man. Also, Temporal says, have any of you guys read any of the Eberron novels or Final Architecture? I've never heard of Final Architecture. I've heard of Eberron, but I haven't read the novels. This is where my, let's see, this is a film written by Stephen King, but it's not based on a book. Interesting. So this is where my Forgotten Realms knowledge, not Forgotten Realms because it's Eberron, it's where my D&D knowledge fails me, is because I haven't read any of the original novels, and that's where, I don't know, I struggle with anything that's like a published setting. I don't like published settings. I like coming up with my own. So, unfortunately not. But I heard they're really good. I actually heard that they put a bunch of the old D&D novels on, was it D&D or was it Brandon Sanderson stuff? It was on sale on Humble Bundle. And if you guys aren't already watching Humble Bundle stuff for sales on ebooks and things like that, you should be, first of all, because it's a good cause, but also it's like really cool for fantasy world building inspiration. A chill day, how's it going? Hello. Also, Punifex, thank you so much for the gifted subs. I totally forgot about that, but thank you for the 5 gifted. And then, let me toss in a chill day, who has subbed with Prime. Good to have you, good to see you. Let's see. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, Sleepwalkers. Oh my god. Charles Brady and his mother/lover. This is a wild we got 3 words into the first sentence of this synopsis, and I'm already not okay with it. Are sleepwalkers, nomadic shape-shifting energy vampires, Jesus, who feed off the life force of virgin women. They normally maintain a human form. They can transform into bipedal werecats at will. They have the powers of both telekinesis and illusion, and domestic cats are their only normal weakness, because the cats see through their illusion and violently attack them. Ugh. Okay. Wild. So Sleepwalkers is just a vampire thing. You know what I read the other day? Was the original I Am Legend. Hi, Process Hydra. How's it going? Putafex says I've been remembered. I know. And then also, Get Swifty TV. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the sub as well. Swifty TV. There we are. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for the sub with Prime. I was going to say that in the original I Am Legend, actually, it kind of ends the same way, doesn't it? I don't want to spoil anything, because I'm getting the movie version and the other version, the book version, mixed up. Let's see. E4 Punisher says, honest question, playing TTRPGs, do you prefer crunchy like 3.5 or Pathfinder, or streamlined versions? I actually hate streamlined versions. So things that are like Powered by the Apocalypse games, I'm good with them for the sake of one-shots, and I'm good with them for the sake of like, I don't know, small, minor stories, but I really don't like them for campaigns. I'm very much a crunch person. I love being able to calculate things as specific as jump distance, you know? Also, hi, Palpatine's Fist, how's it going? We also have a giant D20 roll saying, how will my 2026 go? No pressure. There is an advantage on it from DBCU, so we'll roll with that, pun intended. This is a giant D20. A chill day. We did roll this a little bit earlier, which is why my office is a mess. But we'll do a little bit of a roll for you with advantage. 7, which is not a great start. Also, Dark Sniper, thank you so much for the sub. I'm just gonna do a little toss right here and try not to knock over my water bottle a second time. Aha. 8. Okay, so overall is 7, which isn't the best. Dark Sniper, thank you so much for the sub at tier 1. Let's see, Dark Sniper, and then we're at 1, 2, 3, 0. Thank you so much for being here. And Eric, hello, welcome in. The new Norse says, can we give a +2 competence bonus? Yeah, I would say add whatever stat you feel like is gonna be most applicable to you in the new year. Hopefully it's wisdom. Hopefully it's not constitution. I think we can do without another plague. Let's see. Harishwan says, I also like being able to calculate things. 5 + 8 = 12. Same person, by the way. God damn it. Also, Alvin Station says, I'm putting you on as I work on some Morrow Project-inspired gaming stuff. And then Michael says, have you seen The Faculty, Invasion of the Body Snatchers style movie? I've never been a huge fan of Body Snatchers unless it's like analog horror style, like fucked up mimic looking things. Like Mandela, what is it called? The Mandela something, the Mandela catalog, that sort of vibe. And even then, I won't watch it myself because I get scared. But I don't know. I like that sort of stuff in concept, right? Where it's like fucked up shit that only a secret society knows about, and for some reason they can transfer all this information through VHSs, you know? Process Hydra says, I've homebrewed with my brother my own Powered by the Apocalypse games for one of my campaigns. It's way crunchier than most. See, I like subsystems. I like the concept of people taking one system and then adapting it to their needs and then making it so that they use mechanics from other systems as they need to. Right, like sanity mechanics, pulling them in from other games when you feel like you need to in D&D or Powered by the Apocalypse or things like that. The Call of Cthulhu sanity stuff is, honestly, it's hard to beat, but I also haven't seen too many sanity mechanics in other games yet, so maybe it's not that hard. Maybe I'm just, I don't know, ill-traveled. Henny Lux, hey, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Same with Scarlet. And then Jake, Shots by AJC. Lovely to have you guys. And Palpatine's Fist says, did I miss a D20 redeem and not be able to bestow advantage because ads? We already had advantage, so unfortunately there's no 2 advantages, but we did roll a D20 and we rolled in fucking an 8. So, not great. So far 2026 is not looking fantastic. But Magic Wizard, thank you so much for subscribing with Prime Gaming. Holy shit, hello. Great to have you. Pontifex also gifted a sub to Palpatine's Fist to make sure they didn't have to sit through an ad. Oh, that's wonderful. Magic Wizard. God, I need a new pen. Wizard. And then that's 821. Joining the club. Temporalis with a gifted sub. Lovely to have you. And then, oh no, Temporalis resubscribed. Pontifex gifted a 6th sub. There we go. You can kind of see the 6 there. We'll pretend. Thank you guys so much. That's super sweet of y'all. Process Hider says, Call of Cthulhu is my current favorite system, but I haven't been able to run it as often as I would like. Yeah, it's a difficult system to get people into because even the quick start is unnecessarily complicated. And if you're doing it for a one-shot, you really don't need to know most of the information in there, you know? Spartacus says, if you want a fun animated fantasy show, I'd check out Jenny Charkovsky's Primal Show. Basically about a blue Tyrannosaurus named Fang and a pet caveman named Spear, traveling the land, surviving all sorts of crazy situations between plague, magic, and civilization. Okay, wild. Is it like a kid's show or is it like an animated adult show? And then Penny Luck says, what's your lighting setup? Currently I have 2 Elgato lights. It's like not the teeny ones that strap next to your camera, but instead the ones that are like about this big and that you can control with your phone. They're on slightly warmer settings and also on the lowest possible like light setting because when they're actually turned on to full brightness, they are so fucking bright they could light up this entire room. But I don't want that because it makes my skin look too shiny and me too whitewashed. So I go for that. And then usually I have Govee lights set up in the background. So 2 over there and then an arch right here, which is the arch lighting that I use for painting miniatures. But I don't have those on right now because the fly was really attracted to them and I was afraid of the fly. So I turned them off. But that's the lighting setup. Firebird8600, thank you so much for the sub with Prime and thanks for pushing us past level 2 on the hype train over on Twitch. Let me get you on the board. Firebird, here we go, Firebird8600, thank you for being here. And Spartacus says, it's an animated adult show. It's by the same guy who did Dexter's Lab, Powerpuff Girls, and Samurai Jack. I've never seen any of those, I am afraid to say. Oh, TSOVLOJ. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. OVLOJ with no numbers. Okay, great. Thank you so much for being a sub for 3 months in advance in tier 1. Thank you for being here. Welcome to the crew. Hydra also says, I just bought the Daggerheart core set and I'm looking through it while watching you. No idea what I'm in for. It's really fun, actually. I will say the Daggerheart core set is one of my favorite books as far as layout goes that has been produced. Actually, that is just on my shelf. It's one of the easiest TTRPGs to get into other TTRPGs with because it's not like fucking incredibly dense literature that you're forcing people to sit down and read before sitting at your table. It's really well broken up. It's incredibly clear what players do and do not need to read. The binding, the like, if you look down the book and look at all of the pages, then you can see clear colors where each of the chapters are broken up with. All of the words are broken up with decent, like generous amounts of art. There's really good, like, I want to say tooltips, but they're like helper boxes on the sides of the pages. I talked to them about this directly too when I was doing my initial like first look at Daggerheart, but they did an amazing job breaking it up and making it easy to read. So Pathfinder 1E has a book of horror adventures with really good insanity mechanics, says Instagram. Oh, cool. Okay. That'd be cool. I should look into that. Oh, and let's see, Eric also says, so 90s to 2000s Cartoon Network style. That'd be fascinating as a horror thing. Also, Dr. Norp says, what's planned for New Year's Eve drinks? Dude, okay, so for Christmas, I got, oh my god, what is it called? Champagne dissolvable candy glitter bombs. Where is it? Yeah, I got a bunch of these glitter drink bombs that are like strawberry flavored cotton candy bits that are supposed to drop into your champagne and make the champagne all glittery. So I really want to try that. That's my only goal is to try these. Let me see. Let me actually Google. There we go. Open image in new tab. There we go. That way you guys can see. I got a bunch of these in my stocking and I'm so fucking excited to try them. I'm stoked. Beyond that, that's all I got planned for drinks. I don't even have plans yet. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm allergic to freeloaders and this fly is getting real close. I don't know where it went, but do you guys have any like New Year's Eve traditions? Does anyone? Thank you for the blessings in chat. If anyone has any interesting New Year's Eve traditions, please let me know. I know some people do like they start a song at a specific like millisecond leading up to the countdown, so that way right when New Year's Eve hits, like a certain beat drops or something like that. I think that sort of shit is fun. I don't know if I do it. I need to find a really good song for it or a movie or something like that, but I want to try it. Other people will do, I don't know, other people will propose to their girlfriend of 2 months. I've seen some crazy Christmas proposals on TikTok this year. Never do that, by the way. That's objectively a bad idea. I don't know. I was never really like a watch the ball drop person, actually. So, I don't know. Waters over on Instagram says it's my wedding anniversary. So yeah, you know, that's a great day to have a wedding, actually. New Year's? Because then you're guaranteed to be at a party and you're guaranteed to be at a place where there's probably drinks and everyone's gonna be celebrating. That'd be so cool. That'd be sick. Also, Chill Day says, Lord of the Rings, Helm's Deep fight when Gandalf crests the hill at midnight. Spoiler. And Swifty says, my family does fondue every New Year's Eve. Oh, dude, home fondue. Fuck, I saw so many people selling like fondue kits at Leavenworth because they're really known for their cheeses and things like that. And I was so tempted, but it was so expensive. Let's see. Outland Station says I said bless you out loud. Oh, thank you, Outland Station. Tom Allen on YouTube says the ride of the Rohirrim? Rohirrim. I know it's a Lord of the Rings thing. I don't know what it means. Having that happen at midnight, says one person. Paris says I try and hang out with good people because I'm an animal when it comes to fireworks. Deuce says I've been thinking about putting together a New Year's Eve one-shot one of these days. An in-game countdown to midnight for suspense. That's a good idea. That's really cool. That would keep things going. I don't know if D&D is a system for that. Potentially something like Dread if you really want to double down on suspense. But I don't know. Vlog says I have a ton of New Year's traditions. You have to wear different clothes of underwear depending on what you want in the new year. You have to throw coins in through the front door. Okay. Turn on all the lights in the house. Jump when it hits midnight. There are a lot. That must be so much to keep track of. Holy shit. That's kind of cool. Someone says it's pronounced Rohirrim. So the ride of the Rohirrim? It's really pronounced Rohirrim? Huh. The Horse Lords, says the new Norse. Oh, okay. Dark Sniper says I might get pizza this year. Not sure though, my parents usually eat shrimp for a while. I would eat pizza instead. Firebird says I saw a post today saying to start In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins at a certain time to have the drum solo start at exactly midnight. I don't think I know that song. And then, oh my god! TS says, here's an idea for a New Year's Eve one-shot. What if Y2K actually happened? Make it like a survival thing. Dude, that would be a great like Triangle Agency or Call of Cthulhu or even Candela. Like any, depending on the time series, I guess it would have to be 2000, the millennium, right? As far as like time setting goes. But that'd be really cool for like a horror game. Avian Ranch says Y2K didn't happen. It was a glitch. Yeah, but imagine if it did though, as like a D&D one-shot. Not a D&D one-shot, a TTRPG one-shot. DBCU said not knowing Phil Collins is criminal. He also did the music for Tarzan. You know what I'm gonna say next. You know what my response to that is gonna be, surely. Residian says when I lived in between the city and the country, my family would play gunshots or fireworks. Like actually, or would they just like play the sounds of them? Also, Cash Gal said, wait, Dinah, you don't know the song In the Air of the Night by Phil Collins. Am I supposed to? Okay, hold on. Phil Collins. In the Air Tonight. In the Air. If I look at the lyrics, I might... Monday Night Football. No. Lyrics. Maybe I'll recognize it. I mean, I can't play it. It seems kind of religious. A little frenetically religious. Jayox says you can't read it and get the same effect. God damn it. Yes, you can play it? I don't think I can. When did it come out? 1981? That hasn't expired yet. It takes 50 years for copyright to become common use. It's not religious? Hold on. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh lord. This sounds sexual in nature, if not religious. I don't know. I don't know if I even want to read this aloud. The Fly is in this room. That guy's only 2 days old. It seems inappropriate. Also, Galaxy Fox says, happy last day of the year, y'all. I think you're ahead of us, right? Because our last day of the year is tomorrow. Jisho says religiously sexual, as if the Christian fucking church hasn't been doing that all this entire time. Krayak says it is sexual, it's about feeling sexual tension. The hurt doesn't show, but the pain still grows. Is it good or bad? Maverick says it's a great song, I want it played at my funeral. And Jayox says you're gonna go viral once we clip this conversation, it's just letting you know. God damn it. Mark it, add it to the fucking list. Vaporrock says, listen to it off stream and hear the pain in that man's voice when he sings it. I can't, my phone is being used for Instagram. Hi, Instagram. Let's see. Mr. Sip says, yeah, it's not in public domain. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Palpatine's Fist says it's pretty old for a housefly, twice the average lifespan. He looks pretty big. Jordan says he didn't write it about much specifically, but it was right after his divorce. Dude, do you guys ever have that thing? I went through this recently, where you're like, oh my god, this song is so fucking good. And you, wait, Eldarian Tale says it's one of the first serious drops in music? No way. The first serious drop in music happened in 1981? You're telling me you're telling me Mozart didn't have a massive fucking beat drop back in the 1800s? 1700s? 1600s? What about that one song with the cannon? That has to count. Let's see. Kashka said the fly stage is the fly stage is the stage of its life. You're living with an old man, so it's your its retirement home. I can't be responsible for being the memory care facility for a fucking fly. I don't even know what he remembers. Also, Lucas says we may have a loophole. Diane, have you seen the first Hangover movie? Yes, I have. Marathon says Mozart was alive during the American Revolution. Was he? And Jeffin says it would probably be Beethoven. Okay, gotcha. DVC said it's like 3:15 in if you want to just play the drop. I'm pretty sure the limit is 3 seconds, but I also don't want to fuck with... I'm on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram right now. That's so many copyright rules to work around. I don't know. Dark Nemo, welcome in. Also, Big Brother DM, thank you so much for the sub. It's good to see you. You snuck in there. Hello. Big Brother DM. Lovely to have you. Thank you so much for being here and joining the crew. Mute your desktop. I would have to mute it in like 7 different spots. I'm not gonna deal with it right now because stream is basically over. I might end it a little bit early only because my sinuses are fucking killing me and my throat hurts and I don't have any water and I really do need to clean up this water. Yeah, we'll see. Process Hydra says, dang, I came in too late. I know, I'm so sorry. Cash said just end it early so you can listen to it. Why is this so famous? Hold on. In the Air Tonight, why is it famous? Is it from like a movie specifically? Okay, it's one of his best known hits. Often cited as a signature song, especially famous for its drum break towards the end, which has been described as the sleekest, most melodramatic drum break in history, and one of 101 greatest drumming moments. Who the fuck is sitting around ranking 100 drumming moments? What the fuck? It's also listed in the Rolling Stones 500 greatest songs of all time in 2021. Oh wait, what else is in this list? The 500 greatest songs of all time. Ooh. Oh, this is gonna be controversial. What's number 1? Load more. Oh, it's gonna take forever. Oh no. Okay, we're down to 387. New York Doll's Personality Crisis. Diana Ross's I'm Coming Out. Elton John, Benny and the Jets. Michael Jackson, Rock With You. What else? What else? I so badly want to see what number 1 is. Watch it be like the Star Spangled Banner or some shit. Neil Young, Heart of Gold. Jimi Hendrix Experience, Purple Haze. Come on, we're halfway there. While I'm scrolling through this, Magerook says, this tells you everything. Well, if you told me you were drowning, I would not lend a hand. I've seen your face before, my friend, but I don't know if you know who I am. So this is what I was talking about briefly before I cut myself off, because it's only ever me that interrupts me, and I'll never pretend otherwise. I was like listening to a song the other day. It was a Novo More song. It was State Lines. Fantastic fucking song, by the way. Anything by Novo More is wonderful, and you guys should go listen to him because he's got a voice like a god. And one of the things that I was thinking is I was like, damn, if I get married, I want to walk down the aisle to State Lines by Novo More. This is great. Or Evergreen by Novo Amor. No, is it Evergreen? What is it? Novo Amor songs. Okay, so State Lines is one of them. Alps, I think, is the other one where I was like, fuck, this would be cool. Turns out they're both incredibly sad songs that are breakup songs. So, not a good idea. Number one song of all time, though. Respect. Okay, yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. I'm okay with that. Let's see. DBC said Gasolina at 50 is really good. Really? Is it? Where is it? 50. Yeah, from Daddy Yankee. 2010. 2010? No way. I thought it came out so much earlier than that. I remember this being a recession pop song. I thought it came out in like 2006. Damn it. Also, Lucas says I saw Dr. Dre somewhere there in the 20s. Outkast's B.O.B. is in there. Tutti Frutti. Notorious B.I.G. Juicy. Royals by Lorde is number 30? Interesting. Something about the aristocracy is in there. Yeah, Dr. Dre is in here. Talking Heads. This is wild. What's number 2? What, like, barely missed the spot? Fight the Power. A change is gonna come. Like a Rolling Stone. Well, it's a little biased. Marvin Gaye's What's Going On. That tracks. This is fascinating. Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. Oh my god. Remember when that was remastered and became a super viral song? Wild. What else is, like, new in here? Oh god, there's a U2 song in here. I love how we've all collectively never forgiven U2 for the fact that, like, they forced that one album on us back when during that one iPhone update. Oh god. Yves says, have you guys done Metazoa for today? We could probably do Metazoa real fast. Let's see. We'll have to go quick. I'm not gonna explain it super well because we did it yesterday, but essentially we're all gonna guess animals, and then the closer to the animal we get, the more information it'll give us about its family, phylum, and all that. Mage's Work says I don't have an iPhone, so I still like you two. There you go. Can we guess caribou? Oh wait, Yves says fly? No, we have to do fly first. It does include insects, so we're gonna start with fly, and then we'll go to, oh Jesus, housefly is the fat one. Okay. So the answer we're looking for in housefly are both bilaterals, bilaterians, which essentially means fucking anything. It means we're most likely looking at something that's not a hexapod, so not, no insects, probably no scorpions, probably no arachnids at all, probably not a crab either, so potentially, like, fucking anything else. We're gonna do caribou just to kind of rule out the ungulates. Oh, never mind, we're ruling in the pecorins. Okay, pecorins is an infraorder of even-toed hoofed animals with ruminant digestion. Most members of Pecora have cranial appendages projecting from their frontal bones, so essentially like horns. The only 2 extant genera lack them. Oh, Hydropods and Moschus. Oh. Okay, so we're looking at something with hooves, horns, mostly. Jayhawk says sheep. Let's try sheep. Yeah, okay. So we're in the subfamily Caprinae, also referred to as the tribe Caprini. It's part of the ruminant family Bovidae and consists mostly of medium-sized bovids. Okay, bovines. Bovines, everyone. Start naming bovines. Muriac says cow. Let's do cow. And after that, we'll do goat. No, it's not that. Goat is a very good guess, though. Holy shit. Okay. Fucking nailed it. We did that in 2 minutes. That might be the most efficient. Like, look at this nice clean line. This clean ass family tree we made. That was so quick. Well done. Someone says goated. Yeah, top tier. Let's call it there. Freakful says, what game is that? So it's called Metazoa. It's a game where here, let me put it in the chat for you guys. It's a game where it refreshes every day like Wordle, and you just try and guess an animal by going down the family tree. There's also Metaflora, I believe, which is for plants, but it's really hard because it's down to species, and I'm not a plant person. So, I just suck at it. In the meantime, I'm gonna say goodbye to everyone over on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I hope to see you over on the you know, the vertical platform, the horizontal platform, anything that's, you know, Twitch, YouTube, all that sort of stuff. So that way I can show you guys my screens next time and more than just the random fly flying around. So hopefully I'll see you guys there. For those on TikTok, I'm gonna say goodbye as well because I have to. Hope to see you guys tomorrow. Not tomorrow, next week. Next Monday in the new year. I'll see you guys in the new year. And then for those on YouTube, I'm just gonna end the stream with the Twitch folks. If you guys are watching on there, I hope to see you on Twitch next time so I can send you to a friend. But either way, you're pretty much getting the whole experience there. It's just Twitch has a little bit more interactivity, such as our polls, our redeems, and all that fun stuff. For now, I'm gonna go ahead and send you guys over to a friend of mine. Let's see who's on. Let's see real fast who is here. Oh, Moon is on. We could go say hi to Moon, but I think she's probably ending stream soon. Yeah, I think she's ending stream real soon. Maybe we can send you guys over to Shadley instead, because he's playing a game called Routine that I've never heard of. And I kind of want to see... Don't forget to listen to the song. I will not. I promise I will check out the song. But yeah, I'm gonna send you guys over to Shadley. Because I'm going to be seeing him, he and Aries are making some moves. He's making a return to streaming after a little bit of a holiday break. So I'll send you guys that way. And in the meantime, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the new year. Bye-bye!